Catch the wave. You're listening to Wave Radio, your home for uplifting gospel music.
What's going on, everybody? You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown, and this is Triumph Tuesday, and we are talking about unseen victories. See, when people hear the word triumph, they usually think about championships, promotions, big financial wins, major announcement, but some of the greatest victories in life are the ones nobody see. Come on now. How many times did it take for you just to get out of bed? How many times did it take for you just to smile when you didn't want to smile? See, not every victory comes with applause. Some victories are quiet. Some victories happen when someone chooses to keep going, even when nobody notices. Let's look at Galatians 6, verse 9. It says, "And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season," listen to that, "for in due season we shall reap if we faint not." All right? Hey, you're listening to the Afternoon Praise. It is Triumph Tuesday, and we are talking about unseen victories. And you know what I'm about to tell you. Go tell your family members, go tell your friends. Tune in to the Afternoon Praise here on Wave Radio.
Join us on this heavenly journey, one song at a time, Wave Radio.
You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown, and this is Triumph Tuesday. We are talking about unseen victories. But before we go there, let's redefine triumph. What is triumph? You know, I'm a little country, so, I'm saying triumph. Triumph is not always a trophy. Sometimes triumphs look like getting out of bed when your mind feels heavy, choosing patience instead of anger, showing kindness when you're exhausted. Those moments matters. Those moments are victories. See, we got to stop thinking triumphs are these big things. No, triumphs are the small things, are the small victories. Most times people don't see the things that we're going through, the things that we make it out of. I want you to say, I am triumphed. I am victorious. Just because you did the small thing, all right? Stop thinking that you got to get this trophy. Stop thinking you got to get applause. Everybody got to see what you're doing. That's not how this thing works. And once you realize that, you will get through life better, because now you will see you're operating in your purpose and you are just getting small wins and you are triumphed. You are triumphed. And you're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown.
You're riding the waves of faith and grace on Wave Radio.
What's going on, good people? You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. You know who I am. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown. But this is Triumph Tuesday, and we're talking about unseen victories. And when we started, our anchor scripture was Galatians 6:9. It said, "And let us not be weary in well-doing. For in due season," I like that part right there, "for in due season we shall reap if we faint not." Don't give up. Don't give up. Keep going. Keep pushing. Every day God will wake you up. Get out of that bed. Stand up and say, I am triumphed. I am triumphed. I am winning. I've won. I'm going to win today. See, this verse right here, this verse is for people that are tired, but still trying. It's for people who are doing the right thing, even when it feels unnoticed. So if you're feeling some kind of way, you feel unnoticed, you feel like nobody's, recognizing what you do. God recognizes what you're doing. He recognized, he chooses to wake you up every day, and he recognizes what you are doing. So don't give up. Don't give up. Don't faint. All right. You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown.
Stay tuned and stay blessed here on Wave Radio.
You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown. Let's look at the progress principle. Yeah, I know some of y'all don't like science. Y'all don't believe in science, but you got to believe in science. There's no way to believe in God and not believe in science, okay? But let's look at science. Let's look at the progress principle. Science confirmed this truth. Harvard researchers discovered something called the progress principles. They found that the single biggest motivator in life is progress. Not big rewards, not huge victories, just the feeling that something moved forward today. Small wins move the human spirit. So I want you to celebrate the small wins. Throw your hands up in the air and say, I got through today without cussing somebody out. I got through the day without fussing somebody out. I got through the day without being on social media all day. I got through the day accomplishing something. All right. Just celebrate that. Hey, you're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown.
Stay tuned and stay blessed here on Wave Radio.
It is Triumph Tuesday, and you're listening to the Afternoon Praise here on Wave Radio. Hey, go tell somebody. Share Wave Radio with somebody. You can share us on social media. You can share our website. But I know everybody's on social media, Instagram. So share us, WAYVVE Radio. All right. Tell somebody about us. But as we was talking about the brain, we was talking about science. Now, the brain's victory system. When you recognize a small win, your brain releases dopamine. That dopamine gives you motivation. It fuels your next action. So celebrate something small this morning. Celebrate something small. It's not morning, it's afternoon. It's afternoon praise. Celebrate something small this afternoon and see how the rest of your day will go. I promise you, celebrate something small this afternoon, this evening, right now, or when you get home. It could actually help you face something difficult later on. So God designed our minds to respond to progress. So again, celebrate the small win and watch your brain release dopamine. Watch it fuse. It gives you the excitement. It gives you that fuel to say, okay, I did this. I can do more. You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown.
Stay tuned and stay blessed here on Wave Radio.
Man. What a great afternoon. I don't care if it's raining. I don't care if it's snowing where you at. I don't care if it's 1,000 degrees. Well, if it's 1,000 degrees, you want to be alive. But what I'm trying to say is, I don't care what you are going through. I just know if you're listening to me, you are alive. God blessed you with breath in your body, and you are not what you're going through. You are bigger than what you are going through, but you just got to allow God. Give it to God. Give it to God. See, we have quiet wars in our mind. Many people listening today are fighting battles nobody see. Study shows 50 to 80% of people dealing with anxiety and depression struggles just to start their day. Yes, let me say that again. Study shows 50 to 80% of people dealing with anxiety and depression struggles just to start their day. And you might be part of that 50, 80%. But if you listening, guess what? Your day has started. Some people, man, I'm gonna tell you, some people who are listening right now are part of that 50 and 80%. So if someone is listening today, you got up. You got dressed. You showed up. And you kept moving. That is the real victory. That is the real victory. You just getting up. You just getting dressed. You showing up and you keep moving. That is the real victory. This is what Triumph Tuesday is all about. It's about you. It's about you winning those battles inside your mind. It's about you winning those battles, but you giving it to God, allowing God to push you through. I know you're depressed. I know you got anxiety. I know people done hurt you. I know you done lost your job. I know you're probably having problems paying your bills. You got trust issues, but guess what? God is bigger than all those. And you're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown.
Stay tuned and stay blessed here on Wave Radio.
You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. This is Triumph Tuesday. Hey, let me speak to someone right now. Let me speak to you. Let me speak to you. And let me speak to you. Yeah, I'm talking to you, sir. Let me speak to you. If you're listening to my voice today, you've already overcome something. You made it through yesterday and you got up today. Hear me. You made it through yesterday and you got up today and you're still moving forward. That right there is Triumph Tuesday. That's what this is all about. And I want you to go call somebody, text somebody, and motivate them. Motivate them. Just say, hey, you've done it. You are here today. You answered my call. I just want to say you are victorious. I just want to say I want you to join me in being part of this Triumph Tuesday. Just make that one call and just tell them you love them. Tell them you're rooting for them. Tell them, hey, you're celebrating them. I promise you that will make your day better, and that will make their day better. All right. You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown.
Bringing the sounds of heaven 24/7 Wave Radio.
You're listening to the Afternoon Praise, and I want to thank you for listening. I want to thank you for continuing to support the website. I want to thank you. But this leads into my next thing, the power of gratitude. Research also shows something powerful. Practicing gratitude for just about 15 minutes a day can lower blood pressure, reduce stress, and improve moods. I'm going to say that again. Practicing gratitude for just 15 minutes a day can lower blood pressure, reduce stress, and improve moods. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's working. So stop looking. Let's look at your life. Say thank you, self. Thank you for getting up. Man, thank you, self. You got to start thanking yourself. See, gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's working. Stop looking at what you don't have and start looking at what you do have. Be thankful for what you do have and stop worrying about what you don't have. And when you start seeing blessings, your strength begins to return. See, I bet you right now it's a lot of blessings surrounding you, but you just don't have what you thought you should have. You got what God has blessed you with, and you don't even see those blessings because it's not what you think you should have. You think you should have more. You should be here. You should be there. But thank God for the blessings that are around you right now. And if you can't see it, let me tell you one thing. I'm going to tell you one thing I know that you need to give God thanks for, and that's your life today, because you are living and breathing. You're listening to the Afternoon Praise, and I am thankful for you and your life here on Wave Radio.
Bringing the sounds of heaven 24/7 Wave Radio.
You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. Hey, let me share this with you right here. Psychologists describe resilience as ordinary magic, not superpowers, not rare talent, just everyday people choosing to keep going. And that simple choice is where the real strength lies. That's where the real strength lies. It lies and lives in you. Again, ordinary magic, not superpowers, not rare talent, just everyday people choosing to keep going. To keep going, to keep going, to keep going. Regardless how you feel. Remember I told you yesterday, don't be led by emotions. Emotions and feelings will keep us in a place, in dark places, and it will continue to dig deeper and deeper and deeper holes in that darker place. So let's not lead by emotions. Yeah, we get frustrated. Yeah, we get angry. Yeah, we get mad. Yeah, we get brokenhearted. But guess what? We got to keep going. Keep going, keep going. And that simple choice right there is where real strength lives. Don't let nobody steal your joy. Don't let nobody take it. Hey, you're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown, and this is Triumph Tuesday. We are talking about the unseen victories.
Catch the wave. You're listening to Wave Radio, your home for uplifting gospel music.
You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. Hey, I want to thank you for joining me on this Tuesday, this Triumph Tuesday. It's not just any Tuesday, it's Triumph Tuesday. But let's look at David, right? Let's look at David. Think about this. David, before he became king, David wasn't on the throne. David was in the field tending to sheep. Nobody applauded those quiet seasons when he was defeating the bears and the lions and all them things, preparing him But those unseen moments prepared him for his destiny. Small faithfulness builds big purpose. See, the small things he was doing in the field, taking care of the sheep where nobody saw him. You remember, when the prophet came in, David's daddy didn't even call him. He called all the other brothers, and he didn't even call David. David was out there, but as the prophet poured the oil didn't run. It didn't move until David got in there. But even after David was anointed king, he still continued to do the small things behind the scenes. Even after he defeated Goliath, he still did the small things behind the scenes. But I'm telling you, you're serving right now, and nobody said thank you. Nobody offered you a position. Nobody spoke your name. No one called your name out. But don't worry about that, because God is honoring your serving. He is seeing you serve. But God want to make sure he can trust you without having your name being called. If he can trust you without getting recognition. Because if he can trust you at this moment, he definitely can trust you when your name is being called, that your ego won't stand in the way of his glory. And you're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown.
Catch the wave. You're listening to Wave Radio, your home for uplifting gospel music.
You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. Let's look at 1 Samuel 16:7, right? Man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. People may only see results, but God sees effort. He sees faith. He sees perseverance. Nothing you do in faith is unnoticed by God. If you don't remember anything else I said today, remember this right here. Remember this one thing. Nothing you do in faith is unnoticed by God. He seeth it. He sees your faith. He sees your perseverance. I'm sorry, I ate some Doritos before. It's messing with me. He sees your your perseverance. He see your efforts. He see these things. And you're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown. Don't eat no Doritos before you go on air, okay?
Catch the wave. You're listening to Wave Radio, your home for uplifting gospel music.
You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown. Let me tell you something that you probably don't recognize, or it just haven't hit you yet. Healing is victory. Healing is victory. Some victories are invisible. Forgiveness is a victory. Healing is a victory. Letting go of something that hurt you for years, that is a triumph. Deliverance is a victory story. Can I say that again? Healing is victory. Forgiveness is victory. Letting go of something that hurt you for years, that is triumph. Deliverance is a victory story. Start working on you. Start working on the small wins. You're probably holding some animosity in. You're probably holding some hatred in, some bitterness in for someone that did something to you in the past. Might have been a parent, might have been a sibling, might have been a friend, might have been a pastor, might have been church hurt, whatever. But let's begin right here. Let's begin with healing. Because I'm telling you, once you go through the healing process and you say, I forgive, God work on me. Wow. What a victory. What a victory. You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown.
Catch the wave. You're listening to Wave Radio, your home for uplifting gospel music.
You're listening to the Afternoon Praise, and this is Triumph Tuesday. Faithfulness builds promotion. Yes, it does. Faithfulness builds promotion. Again, You might not feel like you're being seen. Your pastor might not have called your name. Your manager might not have gave you the recognition, but stay faithful. Stay faithful. Faithfulness builds promotion. Let's look at Luke 16 verse 10. He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much. See, God often prepares people for greater opportunities through small responsibilities. Your unseen victories are shaping your future. So don't walk around moping or allowing the enemy or other people to get in your ear saying, hey, you need to leave here because they ain't recognizing you. You know you should have been in that position there. That person, you shouldn't have been in there because you've been serving all this time. Tell that person to shut up. Tell that person to shut up and get out of your ear, because God knows what he is doing. God knows what he is doing. All right. So don't allow the enemy of negative people to be in your ear. Stay faithful. Stay faithful. Stay faithful. Your unseen victories are shaping your future. All right. You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown.
Catch the wave. You're listening to Wave Radio, your home for uplifting gospel music.
You're listening to the Afternoon Praise, and this is Triumph Tuesday. Here's your Triumph Tuesday challenge. Before the day ends, write down 3 small victories from today. Maybe you finished something you kept putting off. Maybe you chose peace over stress. Maybe you prayed instead of worrying. What is it? What is it? Write 3 small victories from today. Not yesterday, not what you want to accomplish, but 3 small victories from the day. All right? Celebrate those moments. They matter. Those moments matter. I'm going to give it to you again. The challenge is, before the end of the day, write down 3 small victories from today. It might be finishing something you keep putting off. Again, you might have chose peace over stressful moment, over fussing and cussing somebody out. You might have prayed instead of worrying. Whatever it is, write those 3 small victories down and celebrate them. All right. You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown.
Catch the wave. You're listening to Wave Radio, your home for uplifting gospel music.
You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. Man, my time is almost up, but not yet. I still got a little bit more time, but the clock is ticking. And if you miss any part of this show, you can go back on Wave Radio and listen to the recap minus the music or the YouTube. But go to Wave Radio. But let's talk about momentum. Small victories build momentum. Momentum build confidence. Confidence open doors. The small steps you take today can become the testimony you share tomorrow. You remember I told you that yesterday. See, I'm reiterating some things that I talked about yesterday for Motivational Monday. I want to put you in the place that you recognize what God is doing in your life, and you position yourself and take the posture of I am victorious, regardless what I'm going through, what's on my shoulders, but I'm still going to take that posture because God is going to work it out. The Bible said the battle is his, it's not yours. So I want you to gain momentum. You gain it by your small victories. But guess what? You gotta know your small victories. You gotta recognize your small victories. And don't let nobody tell you. See, when I say small, I'm talking about, the little things that you do. I ain't talking about when people say, oh, you got that little job, you got that little business. No, that's not the small I'm talking about. I'm saying something you did today that's helping you get to the bigger picture, the bigger victory. See, everything is a process. Where God is trying to take you and where you started from, it's a process. And you have small victories within those processes. Yeah, you're going to have some moments that don't work out. But that don't mean you don't celebrate the small victories, because the small victories build momentum. Momentum build confidence. Confidence open doors. The small steps you take today, you can become the testimony you share tomorrow. You're listening to the Afternoon Praise. I'm your host, Demetrius L. Brown.
Stay tuned and stay blessed here on Wave Radio.
Man, my time is up, and I want to thank you for joining me today on Triumph Tuesday. And we are talking about celebrating unseen victories. Let me leave you with this. Triumph is not always loud. Sometimes triumph is quiet. Sometimes triumph is simply the decision of keep going, to keep believing, to keep trusting in God. So today we celebrate the unseen victories, because those victories are shaping the person you are becoming. And here on the Afternoon Praise, we celebrate every one of them. We celebrate you, we celebrate you, we celebrate you, and we celebrate you. And what I want you to do, I want you to go on Wave Radio, and I want you to share your victories. You remember what the challenge was? The challenge was, by the end of the day, go look at 3 things that you accomplished, 3 victories, and celebrate those. Share those on Wave Radio. We want to celebrate with you. Hey, I'm out of here. Tomorrow is what? Build a Brand Wednesday. Yes, I am excited. So you know anybody with a small business trying to build a business or a brand, you are a brand, you know, we're going to focus on getting you to that next level on Build a Brand Wednesday. I want to thank you for joining me. I am out. Peace.
Catch the wave. You're listening to Wave Radio, your home for uplifting gospel music.